Get ready, Canada, because we're seeing a true clash of seasons across the country this week. Western Canada is enjoying some unexpected warmth, while the east braces for Arctic air and frigid conditions. But don't blink, because as we move into Wednesday morning, the weather story is about to intensify. Starting on the west coast, BC is still dealing with some leftover systems impacting the central and northern coasts, though southern areas remain largely protected under a ridge of high pressure. Vancouver and Victoria are seeing milder conditions with highs around 13 to 14 degrees, a brief break from the wet weather that's been lingering. That said, rainfall continues in spots across the island, so umbrellas might still be handy for a few hours. Heading inland to the prairies, the warm air is really starting to show its effects. Calgary, Lethbridge, and Medicine Hat are flirting with double digits, with Medicine Hat potentially reaching 18 degrees by Thursday. Winnipeg is finally seeing a warming trend, with highs above zero by midweek, though northern parts like Yellowknife and the Yukon remain locked in bitter cold. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. Across the eastern provinces, Arctic air is beginning to push back. Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes are bracing for plummeting temperatures, with wind chills in the -30s expected later this week. Wednesday morning will bring a mix of sun and cloud in southern Ontario, but temperatures are still below seasonal. Expect highs in Montreal around -5, Regina at -1, and Labrador City struggling to reach -10. Snow is still on the move across parts of Atlantic Canada. In Nova Scotia, southern PEI, and New Brunswick, light flurries will develop Wednesday, with the heaviest snowfall remaining concentrated in Newfoundland. St. John's could still see totals exceeding 30 centimeters, with gusts approaching 90 kilometers per hour. These winds will create blizzard-like conditions in some areas, making travel extremely difficult. Looking at Ontario and Quebec, another clipper system is moving in. Northern Ontario may see some light snow Wednesday morning, spreading into central and eastern parts of the province by Thursday. The Great Lakes will continue to generate lake-effect snow, particularly near Lake Huron and Georgian Bay, while wind chills will push even colder temperatures across southern Ontario by Thursday night. Thursday through Friday, the clash between the lingering cold in the east and the Pacific warmth in the west becomes more pronounced. Medicine Hat could reach highs near 18 to 20 degrees, while Montreal and Ottawa remain firmly in the negative single digits. Overnight lows across Ontario and Quebec will continue to plunge into the -20s, with wind chills in the -30s or lower. The Maritimes will continue to deal with blustery winds and snow, particularly Newfoundland and eastern Nova Scotia. Heading into the weekend, expect reinforcing shots of Arctic air to sweep through eastern Canada. Even areas that saw milder weather earlier in the week won't escape the cold. Wind chill warnings will be in effect for much of Ontario, Quebec, and the Maritimes. It's a good reminder to bundle up and stay safe if you're traveling during this period. Meanwhile, Western Canada will remain warmer than usual through the weekend, though northern areas will still see pockets of cold and some light snowfall. BC will experience lingering rain in the southern regions, but highs will continue to trend above seasonal norms, particularly along the coast. Alberta and Saskatchewan will see a mix of sun, cloud, and occasional snow showers, but overall conditions are more favorable than the bitter cold building in the east. By Sunday, the pattern will shift slightly. Eastern Canada will continue to feel the Arctic influence, with the coldest air locked in across northern Ontario and Quebec. Lake-effect snow will persist near unfrozen lakes, and temperatures in some regions may approach record lows for early February. Western Canada will still enjoy milder weather, with pockets of snow in higher elevations but largely above zero temperatures for cities like Calgary and Medicine Hat. So, what does this mean for Canadians? It's a classic example of two seasons colliding, mild warmth in the west and bitter cold in the east. From light flurries to blizzard conditions, and from double-digit warmth to wind chills reaching the -30s, this week is packed with contrasts. Stay updated, keep an eye on forecasts, and always follow local advisories for safe travel. This Wednesday morning onwards, we'll be tracking the evolving conditions closely, bringing you updates on snow, wind, temperatures, and travel implications across the country. No matter where you are, from BC's rain-soaked coast to Newfoundland's snow-laden roads, we'll keep you informed and prepared for everything February throws our way.